Planes are falling from the sky. What's really going on? The sky is falling. In the first weeks of 2025, a chilling series of aviation disasters has shaken the world to its core. From January 29th to February 18th, an unprecedented wave of plane crashes has left investigators baffled and the public gripped by fear. 5 major crashes. Nearly 100 lives were lost. And the terrifying part? No clear answers. For the first time in 16 years, a large commercial airliner crashed on U.S. soil. This marks a shocking departure from recent years, during which the United States had not experienced a fatal accident involving a large commercial airliner since 2009. The frequency and severity of these recent crashes are alarming. In just 3 weeks, we've seen nearly 100 fatalities from 3 separate incidents. To put this into perspective, the entire year of 2024 saw only 8 aviation incidents in total. The current rate of accidents in 2025 is outpacing recent years by a factor of 15, sending shockwaves through the aviation industry and beyond. As passengers begin to ask the question no one wants to hear, is it still safe to fly? We delve into the shocking truth behind these disasters. Is this simply bad luck, a failure of modern aviation, or something more sinister? The unexplainable pattern. Air travel has long been touted as the safest form of transportation. Every single day, over 100,000 flights take off worldwide. And for decades, aviation technology has made crashes almost impossible. So why, in just 3 weeks, have we witnessed the worst aviation disasters in recent history? Let's break down the 5 mysterious crashes. Number 1, January 29th, 2025. A Boeing 737 crashed with military plane near Washington, D.C. 67 dead, no weather issues, no distress signal. Number 2, January 31st, 2025. Another incident occurred in Philadelphia, claiming 7 lives. Number 3, February 6th, 2025. In Nome, Alaska, 10 individuals lost their lives in a plane crash. Number 4, February 10th, 2025. There was an event reported in Arizona. Number 5, February 12th, 2025. A crash took place in San Diego. Additionally, there's been a recent military aircraft accident in San Diego that hasn't yet been included in the timeline. This is not normal. The rate of aviation disasters in 2025 is already significantly higher than in previous years. According to FAA statistics, a total of 89 fatalities have been recorded in aviation accidents thus far in 2025, primarily due to the tragic DC crash and another incident involving a Cessna Caravan in Alaska that resulted in the deaths of all 10 passengers on board. Strange omens before the crashes. In the weeks leading up to these disasters, passengers, pilots, and crew members reported eerie, unexplainable events. While these reports remain unverified, they add an unsettling layer to the unfolding mystery. James Holbrook, a survivor of the Philadelphia incident, describes a sensation that defies explanation. One moment, I was gripping my armrests, bracing for impact. The next, I felt this pull, like my very soul was being yanked from my body. When I came to the hospital, the doctors couldn't explain how I'd survived without a scratch. These were not isolated incidents. Reports of radio malfunctions, engine failures that mysteriously fixed themselves, and disturbing dreams from crew members surfaced before each crash. Coincidence or something far more chilling? Theories behind the crashes. Aviation experts are scrambling for answers. Some blame mechanical failures, others suggest cybersecurity breaches. But what if there's something deeper? Could these crashes be the result of hacked aircraft systems? Is there a new, unidentified fault in modern planes? Or is something interfering with our technology in ways we don't understand? What makes these incidents even stranger is that black box recordings from multiple crashes have unexplainable gaps in data. It's almost as if something erased parts of the flight's history. Perhaps most chilling is the account of Captain Elena Rodriguez, whose quick thinking saved 143 lives during a near miss over San Diego. I've been flying for 20 years. I know every inch of that cockpit, every response of the controls. But that day, it was like wrestling with a ghost. The plane wouldn't respond. It was like something else had taken control. And then, just as suddenly as it started, it let go. We barely made it to the runway. The mystical connection. Could these crashes be more than just mechanical failures? Some believe these incidents align with ancient prophecies. The Bible warns of signs in the sky before great upheaval. Ancient Hindu texts speak of machines failing without reason during the age of destruction. Islamic teachings mention unseen forces disrupting human inventions before the chaos. Are we witnessing something beyond human comprehension? Survivor testimonies, the unseen hand. A handful of survivors have come forward with chilling accounts. One survivor described seeing a shadow in the sky moments before impact. Another felt an energy pulling him out of his body just before the crash. A pilot who narrowly escaped a mid-air disaster claimed, "It was like the plane was being controlled by something else. No matter what I did, it wouldn't respond. And then, suddenly, it let go." Are these hallucinations or glimpses into something beyond our reality? Is this a warning or something worse? If these crashes are connected, what does it mean? Could this be a warning for humanity? Are we ignoring subtle signs from the universe? The silence from official channels is deafening. Airlines issue boilerplate statements about ongoing investigations. Government agencies deflect questions with practiced ease. And those who dig too deep into these mysteries, they have an unsettling tendency to vanish. Dr. Amelia Saunders, a renowned aviation psychologist, was last seen boarding a flight to Washington, D.C., where she was scheduled to present her findings on the psychological patterns among crash survivors. That flight landed safely. Dr. Saunders never deplaned. Is someone or something trying to keep the truth hidden? And if so, what could be so earth-shattering that it warrants such extreme measures? The final question: what lies ahead? As we stand at this crossroads of terror and uncertainty, we must confront the evidence before us. 1. An unprecedented surge in catastrophic aviation incidents, defying all statistical norms. 2. Cryptic, almost prophetic warnings preceding each disaster is ignored until it's too late. 3. Survivors describe encounters that challenge our very understanding of reality. We find ourselves faced with a chilling dichotomy. Either we are witnessing the most improbable string of coincidences in human history, or we are on the precipice of a revelation that could shatter our perception of the world. Perhaps we've been asking the wrong questions all along. The issue isn't whether it's safe to fly anymore. The real question that should keep us awake at night is this: has something ancient and unfathomable awakened from a long slumber? Are these disasters not random tragedies, but calculated moves in a game beyond our comprehension? And if so, Are we already too late to recognize the signs? As you board your next flight, remember, the skies are watching, and they may no longer be empty. While the narrative above paints a chilling picture, it's crucial to examine the facts objectively. The recent spate of aviation incidents, while concerning, should be viewed in the context of overall air travel safety. According to the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, over 1,000 aviation accidents are investigated annually in the United States, which amounts to roughly 3 each day. Approximately 1/3 of these incidents are fatal. Yet for many years, there have been no fatalities linked to major carriers. In January 2025, there were 51 aviation incident reports, tying with 2021 as the lowest January on record, with complete data back to 1982. If we look only at incidents with fatalities, there were 7 in January, the second lowest January total since 1982. It's important to note that the vast majority of these incidents involve small private aircraft or general aviation, not commercial airliners. The recent commercial airline crash in Washington, D.C. was indeed significant, as it marked the first such incident since 2009. The role of media and perception. The recent focus on aviation incidents can be attributed in part to increased media attention. The Washington, D.C. crash, being the first fatal incident involving a major U.S. airline in over 15 years, naturally drew significant coverage. This heightened attention has led to more reporting on aviation issues that might have gone unnoticed in previous years. While the recent aviation incidents are undoubtedly tragic and warrant a thorough investigation, it's crucial to maintain perspective. Air travel remains one of the safest forms of transportation, with rigorous safety protocols and continuous technological improvements. As we move forward, it's important to rely on factual information from aviation authorities and resist the temptation to draw unfounded conclusions. The aviation industry, regulatory bodies, and investigators are working tirelessly to understand these incidents and implement any necessary changes to ensure the continued safety of air travel. In the words of aviation expert Dr. Elena Rodriguez, we're looking at every possibility, no matter how unlikely it may seem. From atmospheric anomalies to previously unknown interactions between aircraft systems and the environment, nothing is off the table. The sheer improbability of so many crashes occurring in such a short time frame forces us to consider explanations that might have once been dismissed as science fiction. As we seek answers, we must remain vigilant, but also rational. The sky may not be falling, but it certainly demands our attention and respect. So what do we make of all this? A sudden rise in deadly plane crashes. Strange warnings before each flight. Survivors describe eerie supernatural experiences. Coincidence or something much darker? Maybe the real question isn't, is it safe to fly? Maybe it's, has something awakened? And are we ignoring the signs? If this video spoke to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more. Stay safe.